Hello everybody, my name is Maddie. Welcome back to my channel and long time no see. I know it's been such a long time since I filmed a video and talked to the camera. I just have been super busy and I wanted to give a little bit of an update for you guys. So the last year has been kind of hectic. I stopped doing about YouTube around this time last year, and I was doing a bunch of stuff during the summertime. We were traveling, having a fun time, and part of me wishes I would have filmed and uploaded those moments to YouTube, because I wish I could have looked back on all that. But I took lots of pictures and I posted on TikTok. And if you don't know already, I have an account on TikTok. I post pretty regularly, pretty much every day I post. If you want to follow me over on TikTok, that is where I post most of my life and just funny videos. I also post a lot of art content over there, which I want to start doing on here very soon. I want to start posting a lot of art content so that you guys can kind of get an inside look on what I do for my art business. As you can see, I am painting in this video. I'm painting a possum, but I thought I would just kind of talk over the video while you guys watch me paint, so then you can kind of listen to me and also just see something cool. But yeah, so after the summertime, we lost a couple pets during that time, and that was really hard. So in the fall, I signed up for a couple classes in school, and I did some art classes. It ended up being only one because the other class that I started, I didn't like the teacher or the professor. I thought he was kind of a jackass. So I quit that class and just stuck with drawing, and I need that to finish my graphic design degree, which to me, I'm not going to probably ever use that degree, but I wanted to finish it because I'm so close to finishing it. But yeah, so I did that. I was doing that for a while, and I was posting a lot on TikTok then. And then Christmas came around, and during this whole period between fall and January, my boyfriend Sean and I were looking for a house to move into, because we had been wanting to move into a house, for our own house, and buy a house for the last year or 2 years. And we decided that it was probably about time, because we both were making good money and we just were in a position where we were able to. So we started looking for houses in September, and that whole process is awful. I wouldn't recommend. It's stressful, and it just kind of I don't know, you are happy one moment and then devastated the next. The first house that we toured, it was a shitty old farmhouse, and we were so ready to move out that we're okay, we're just gonna put an offer on this one. We can fix it up, it'll be fine. This house had at the time, we only knew that it only had a messed up foundation. We're you know what, we can handle that, which we found out that that's a lot to handle, and no, we cannot handle that, but we're we can handle that, it's cool. So we put an offer in, and we were so excited because we were finally getting a house. And the inspector came and told us that they had built a homemade septic system, and along with that, they had a messed up foundation. There was a whole list of things that were wrong with it, and it was basically falling apart. And then at that point, I had gotten weird vibes from the house anyways. I was this place kind of feels negative and haunted, kind of. So I was maybe we shouldn't move in here. Besides all of the other issues, maybe I was just making up a reason not to move in there. I was it's haunted, that's why we're not moving in. So after that first house, we were okay, we're gonna be a little bit more diligent on our search. And so we were very specific about what we wanted. And the problem with the market at the time, and right now still, is that all of the houses were extremely expensive, even if they were awful. So we wanted a house with property and at least 2 bedrooms, so that we could have some space. And we also just like to be outside, and we want property for our dog and to ride our we have a dirt bike and a quad and stuff. We want to be able to ride that kind of stuff. So after doing that whole search, we and found the first house, we were okay, we have to be extra careful because there's a lot of these places are so old and they're just gonna fall apart, and they're gonna be in our price range, because at the time our price range was very low. It was only $100,000, maybe less. And at that point, every house that was $100,000 was super shitty. So we moved on to the next house, and this house looked perfect in the pictures. we toured a bunch of houses in between, but this one we put a final offer on. And it was perfect in the pictures. We toured it. It looked nice. Like, it looked like we could, like, it needed some, like, renovation, like, to make it look like, you know, more, I guess, newer looking. But it was a very nice house. And so we were, like, super excited. It had only an acre, which we were like, ugh. And it was in, like, downtown. Like, it was in, like, not downtown, but it was in, like, a town. And we wanted to live in the country. And we were like, you know what? It's still, like, a small town. We'll just move here. And it'll be fine. Like, we can just kind of, like, build a barn and, you know, put some trees up and be secluded. And so the inspector came and he was like, okay, this house is looking good. And then he said, let me just bring out a couple more tests just to make sure everything looks good. And so he brought out this big machine that sees through the walls and sees where there's water. And the entire, like, half of the house, the entire wall was covered in water. It was all red, like the color in the screen was all red, and it was about to cave in. And so we were like, what the freak? Like, we were so mad. But I guess it was a blessing in disguise, because realistically we would have been miserable living next to people and having neighbors that close. And, like, in the end, now that we're living in the house that we live in now, like, all of the houses that we were gonna buy, like, man, somebody was really, like, looking out for us, because we finally got to this house and we actually toured a different house first. We toured one house and this house during the same day, and we chose another house instead of this house. It was a small little house with, like, a couple acres, and we still had neighbors, but it was cute, and the inside was cute, and I really liked it. I think it had more bedrooms too, but it, like, looked smaller. The outside was really ugly, and the property was covered in water, but we were like, oh, it's fine. This will be alright. And the inspector, we toured it with the realtor, and we found a hole in the roof in some spots, and then there's, like, a certain area where it was potential that the basement could flood. It wasn't flooding yet, but the whole area was really wet. But we really liked it, and so we put an offer in on it. It also had a garage that had, like, a workspace in the back, which was another requirement of ours, was to have a barn or a garage, so my boyfriend can work on his projects. And so we toured that house, and then we toured this house. And this house we liked a lot. We really did. I can't remember why we chose the other one. I was like, I don't know why we chose the other one. But now that I'm looking at it, like, I would so much rather live here than live at the other house. But we ended up getting outbid by a guy with a cash offer. And so we're like, okay, shoot, let's just move in the house that we have. Like, other house, we'll move in that one. We like that one, that's fine. And so we put in an offer, and, like, it was, like, right after it was listed. Like, we like, toured it and put in our offer. And we just beat everybody else that had gotten it. We put in our offer and just made it, because apparently there's a couple other people who were eyeing the place. There was, like, a guy who came over to help train my dog, and he was like, we were actually gonna put an offer in that house, but we ended up not doing it, and it ended up being sold. And I was like, haha. But anyways, so yeah, we moved into this house and we love it. It's wonderful. We did a lot of renovations. We replaced all the floors. It was carpeted, and it was had wallpaper, and it was just kind of gross. The upstairs bedroom was, like, lime green carpet, lime green bedroom. If you really want to see what that, like, looked like, I did a whole thing on my TikTok. I showed you how I renovated the place and everything, before and after pics and during. So if you want to watch that, just go check that out. It's in my link tree. But we ended up doing a lot of renovations. And now we're at the point where we're pretty much slowing down on the interior. We're just buying, like, I'm buying desks, and I just got my couch in, and just stuff like that. So I'm finally getting back to, like, my art business and YouTube, now that I'm, like, my life is a little bit more calm. But yeah, so I don't think there's any more to update you on. I am doing my art business. That's been doing okay. I took a long hiatus off of like, my art business and, like, YouTube because of moving and just all the stresses of life. I just kind of was like, I need a break. I need to, like, figure all this out first before I get distracted by all that. But now that I'm, like, in a place where I think, comfortable and whatever, and my art room's all set up, I'm starting to post more about my art, and I'm working on my website. I'm taking life coaching sessions so that I can kind of get my life back on track and, like, figure out all the things I want to do and how to do them. I'm starting to do YouTube again. Like, I am filming a bunch of videos, and then I'm gonna have like a schedule where I upload. I'm always posting on TikTok because that's my favorite app. I love that app. But yeah, so let me know what you want to see. I've been thinking about doing some how-to videos on art and a lot of just art-related stuff, but also just some fun, like I have a hair dyeing video that I plan on uploading and just a lot of fun things. So yeah, it was good seeing you guys and good talking to you. I missed doing this so much. And yeah, I will see you when I see you. Bye! Also, stay tuned for me to finish this painting because it's not done yet.